Chairman of the Coalition for Democratic Change. On December 8th, one of us will leave his position. I will defeat the law. The law, if I don't defeat you, let me resign as chairman of the CDC on December 8th. I, by hundreds of thousands of seditions, will retire you peacefully. Yeah. I'm Mobake Molu, Chairman of the Coalition for Democratic Change. On December 8th, one of us will leave his position. I will defeat the law. The law, if I don't defeat you, let me resign as chairman of the CDC on December 8th. You will be retired. I, by hundreds of thousands of seditions, will retire you peacefully. Yeah. I'm Mobake Molu, Chairman of the Coalition for Democratic Change. On December 8th, one of us will leave his position. I will defeat the law. The law, if I don't defeat you, let me resign as chairman of the CDC on December 8th. You will be retired. I, by hundreds of thousands of seditions, will retire you peacefully. Yeah. I'm Mobake Molu, chairman of the Coalition for Democratic Change. On December 8th,
welcome to the TV.
And the vote that coming, the next vote, we have to be careful. Especially me, I will vote trying for people. Black guy, I will vote for black guy for the country to be set. The vote because it will be 3% that will be running.
3% will be running the coming election.
Yes. We got the vice president with Joe Taylor. Then we got the president Joe Weah. Then Joseph Boakai. It's a 3% that will be running. Actually, that will know about then. You got me?
Can I ask my question real quick?
Of course, of course.
Thank you very much, because you kept talking about you moderating tonight. And I think Musa was off with his math. And I just figured out that probably he didn't do calculus in school. When he said it has 70, you know, the leadership was 70, but he counted and he missed the math, 24, something, 11. But it's okay, Musa. I mean, you can miss the math, but, you know, you will not miss your money because you're one of Liberia's wealthy person. So let's get to the question about this thing. Let's get to this thing. My question, I'm kind of confused, Chairman, and a lot of people confused. Is there still a Liberty Party to reckon with?
Damn, man, come on. You know I'm not going to answer that question. That question is provocative and unacceptable.
No, it's not. It's not.
Then,
Musa,
can I ask me that question? Because you know that there's a Liberty Party, and you cannot ask me whether there is still.
I will ask you the question because a lot of people are concerned.
If there was no Liberty Party, I would not be sitting down here. And you know that.
That's what people are trying to figure out. Why are you and the political leader? No, listen now, Chairman. Why are you and the political leader? Why are you and the political leader can get along? You are the two adults in the room when it comes to Liberty Party. I'm hearing you saying that, oh, she travel. Listen, I got to ask you my question. Let me answer that question now. No, let me learn, Chairman. Let me learn. They are saying to you. No, that ain't kind again. Let's ask some good question here. These guys not playing around with you because you'll be having tea with Abdullah tomorrow at Royal. So let's just have this thing going. But listen, Musa, let's just be straight for a minute though. Only you and Yombly, political leader, chairman, why you guys can come along? Why you guys can put this thing together for the sake of the party? You said she was traveling, she told me she returned, she didn't say anything. It's like a boyfriend and a girlfriend having a misunderstanding, but who just left the house and not texting each other to say, honey, how are you? This is Liberty Party we're talking about. You knew she returned to the country. Forget all the pride and ego. You knew very well that you were inviting Cummings on your party ground. You were right when you said, I don't need to announce it. Cummings needs no invite to come to Liberty Party compound. You were right. But they asked about the courtesy. Political leader will be hosting Cummings. Why couldn't you do that? Why you guys can drop your pride and work as an adult in the room?
All right. So before I answer your question, let me correct you.
Yes, sir.
My brother, I went to school. I know how to do math. You're not going to lecture me about
Maybe you don't know calculus.
Let me answer. I told you the leadership structure of the Liberty Party.
You said there was 70, but you named 62.
But let me read it to you now.
I don't want you to read it.
No. You can't make a statement. I will not answer to you. The county leadership is 30. The executive committee is 27. The advisory council is 11. And the political leader. So you do the math and come back.
No, because you start to 62. But that's not important. Let's move ahead. The math is not important. Let's talk about the party and the politics, my man.
Because that's why you started with to say that I didn't do calculus. But brother,
you didn't do calculus in school, my man. A lot of people didn't do calculus. Only the president alone did calculus, my man. Let's move ahead, man.
Those things don't fly by me.
Man, you're bad for we will play the tape. You were mistaken in your mind. You were mistaken. We will play the tape. And I will send it to you. I was saying to you, you were repetitive.
It's correct, and the leadership structure of Liberty Party I just named to you. And my point was, I know you are listening to me, that 90% of that number stand with the decision we make, and I stand by
so
it.
Are you saying you don't?
We are ready.
Grandmaster, you the one gave your order. You gave three days.
Wito. Oh, Wito. Nale. Now you have now you have Nale. Any do we ma? Any go Obama. It's Pama. It is Obama. When I forget about it, Taruna. Anyone I just glug, and boy, I'm like him. Oh, Nale. Now I got Yeti. Now it's Jack. Now, Razzie. It is with you, ma. Book. Nale. Winnie, I want it. Who no now. Nuru Siama, Zawar Siama. Nuru Siama, Zal Siama. Sa, Mina, when I'm not going to know. I love our band now. First, I went in with each other. And Teva and water to go. To go now, my wife was a Bumba. Nale? I need to go with each other. I do what you go. Gaga no to go on about. Taga no. The people who cut the back. Can never be a hungry back. Namavama? Where are we here? Who won't go over? Never won't go back. Melissa never dream of Vina. No, we are there. Mon we are there. Galaka away. I don't we are the movie chair. Spreading here at the movie. Because if you walk, there's a won't go back. Mon we are there. Where you might go?
The Grandmaster gave a medal, 3-day medal to the government. Before he could talk, he reached out to the landlord, the souls. He said, well, our son elect, we have not seen him over a year. So our message is that we want him to be seated. Where is the message? We can't hear from them. We have not seen them. The 3-day giving is over. So what happened? We want to hear from them.
Nale? Galake uve.
Nadia caution.
Galake uve uga wijiche. Ebasa ukikia.
What we have done, we the landlord and the grandmaster, what we have done in Lufa, that people can't do. Today we can't see our son seated. We can't get any leadership. Lufa is cheated. Lufa has nobody to speak for them. Only one senator. In all counties, all the 15 counties, all the counties are equally represented. But why Lufa is not represented?
Well, such as a few follow the grandmaster voice and about interpreter in the law the English version and the Fatanti, where after the book Little of Fact were recently traditional leaders, chiefs and elders of Fatanti besieged the bridge that there is no need for countries until local countries such as Texas.
They reach to all the government employees down to the president. It's a message from the grandmaster. You're going to give the message. I'm the grandmaster. I don't want to hold the rope.
What are they? Ani gale na wori ni tono venebe ga wori now wali ewuru
No. I don't want to hold the rope. Our grandmaster. If any good order from the government, I have 14 grandmaster on the water. You are still waiting. Send me with the message. Do not see the one grandmaster here. We still got 14. If we can hear good things from the government, we'll stay here.
Bogo Elitubo Masagema. It is Uke Rima. Winnie Bugayo. It is Namaga River.
The message that the grandmaster gave it. You read the landlord are here.
So, folks, welcome. We stay here. You listen to the grandmaster and the interpreters, both the normal interpreter and the English interpreter there. Logically, he's saying that he's the one responsible and he's still in charge of this place. He wants to know what the government has to say. So let's wait whether they're going to bring the final message.
Now, 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 we're going to Ella. Nale, you want to give you a widow. That one a widow. You want to give you satisfaction.
This year.
You want to give satisfaction. I need to turn and go out to know. So I'm not tired of it. I know it's Nale, and you go out to know.
If he answers our message, we will not get in town. We will be on the water.
Okay, the grandmaster is telling the landlord that the landlord reached the government. It was through the grandmaster they were able to say, yeah, let us go to the court. And they went to the court, they hang the case. Well, they are waiting to hear. But they stay here, as I said, they are 14, they're on the water. If, before the year end, they want their leader that choose by the different people, they want it to be certificated. It can be certificated after the season. Do not blame the grandmaster. It will come more than this.
Okay. the land law says we all agree with what the Grandmaster said. The land law, and we all agree. No vacancy yes.
We the Lofiana here, Edado, Zo. That's the order from the Grandmaster, and we the one who stand by it. We stand by our word, we stand by our Grandmaster. Whatsoever you say, that's the order. You heard it. You say, if you say yes.
Ready.
So there's the message given to the government. This year, we want our leader to be.
What am I?
He's rebuga. Go Buyan, go Buapu. I got it today.
We the landlords. We the landlords and those. Whatever message that comes from the Grandmaster is our word, and we stand by it. We protect it. Before the year ends, we want our leader to be seated. Let's be celebrated. You're not celebrated. Don't believe the Grandmaster. The Grandmaster will have a joke.
Okay. Given the government ultimatum.
My friend and brother, how you doing?
I'm sorry, I needed to zip a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, everybody needed to zip. Everybody needed to zip. But
yeah, you know, AB, first and foremost, I want to be grateful to God Almighty for the gift of life. And I'm also gracious to our followers that come here every night whenever we have the opportunity to be here, to follow or to listen to us. And I also embrace and admire all of us, our commitment, our passion to do what we do every time we have opportunity to do it. Not just us, but the rest of our folks in and outside the United States, including Liberia, including journalists, because our contribution is yielding fruit. Prior to today, I mean the social media and the smartphone technology, we could not do what we are doing right now. So we are grateful for everything, and I really admire what we do and what other people do every single day. All geared towards making Liberia a better place for all of us. So I'm grateful, and I'm happy to be here tonight. Hopefully, we're going to have an authentic and fascinating conversation. Back to you.
All right. For me, I am always grateful for the fact that God was able to put that air, I can say air, in me for me to be able to breathe. That I can breathe for free. I cannot pay for it. I can breathe for free, and I can go about accomplishing my activity for the day. But other than that, I am so thankful to the Almighty Allah that I'm alive. So, what is on your mind tonight?
I would like for us to go strictly to our topic tonight. Tonight is, folks, for those of you that with us right now, and those of you that are not with us right now but will come later, tonight's topic basically is about your take on the current status of ABC, Samukai, and ADD lawsuits. So I got some additional information from trending political news in Liberia. You know, the story is not changing, it's not adding up. However, it is the way it is. You know, Tupac, before his death, one of the last songs he sang, I think during 1992 or 1993, he kind of like prophesied his death. And the title of the song is "It Is the Way It Is." So I see Liberia coming like not even coming, but I see Liberia with that kind of moment, not a moment of specifically like Tupac Shakur, the late, but the moment where people are overstepping and you cannot really trust anybody based on what they say to you. You know the Animal Farm story. But again, I got additional information from the conversation Spoon Talk panelist Highway Councillor Arthur Johnson with respect to Samukai lawsuit doing the last week actually. Councillor Johnson said he was the Access Recovery Committee chair at the Ministry of Justice. And doing his duty there when he was employed, even though resigned, later on, LACC doing Ellington investigated Samukai and charged Samukai, or not charged but indicted Samukai with misapplication of funds, specifically AFS money that we're talking about today. And according to him, he told Samukai that the best thing Samukai would have done at that time to avoid all these entanglements that Samukai found himself in right now was to agree to the restitution bargaining, or where we call payment plan. What we call payment plan in America, for example. Make a payment plan and then you pay small and the government will not follow you. Because according to public records, Musa Bility was also charged with similar thing. He invaded our tax system in Liberia, especially at the airport and APRC. And government followed him and they were able to come up with a similar thing. And Musa admitted on Spoon Talk that he is currently carrying on some payment. I wouldn't want to call it plea bargain because we're not in court, so that payment plan. Only in court you do plea bargaining. So now that didn't work, and that LACC information remain on the docket at the Ministry of Justice, specifically access recovery in the committee office. What happened behind the scene, I do not know, but according to Councillor Johnson, that money was to be paid by before the end of former President Eli Johnson's leave. Technical end, unfortunately, was not paid. President Sarito Joshua, according to media report, to pay that money, and she mandated Samukai to do what he did. However, Councillor Johnson said, and other media reports, that the portion paid through budgetary allotment, according to them, was based on national security interest. So today, we got media reports and unconfirmed rumors that Samukai is nowhere to be found. Samukai is missing in action. Samukai crossed the border. Since the Supreme Court came up with order to arrest him and possibly sentencing based on the affirmations of the lower court decision by the Supreme Court last year. Now, many people have gotten confused, and this is what I'm able to take from there as a political analyst. I'm not a lawyer. Samukai and his legal team argue at the time that there is a restitution law in Liberia. What do I mean by that? If AB and I connive and we steal money from government, or we steal money from somebody, and that person carry us to court and we are guilty of that crime, we equally pay back that money. But in the case here, according to the Bureau of Information Samukai defense team requested from the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court said the plaintiff, the government of Liberia, sued Samukai alongside with 2 co-defendants in one bucket. And the ruling from the lower court, they were also together. So the Supreme Court did not separate that ruling. Therefore, the 1.5 million has to be paid in bulk. Either 50% of that in 6 months and the other 50% paid after the other 6 months, which is 1 year total. From all indication, Samukai defense team and friends of Samukai decided to pay portion of his share. So according to them, they divided that 1.5 million into 3 and paid Samukai 50%. The Supreme Court accepted that money and turned it over to the government coffers. However, the Supreme Court said that's not what the ruling talk about. The law of restitution cannot be applied in this case. So where we are right now, according to our legal system, and even before that legal system can take place, Samukai must be arrested on the basis of Supreme Court opinion, because our constitution says the Supreme Court is the final arbiter of justice in our country. So, a Supreme Court came out with an arrest order to arrest Samukai and sentencing. The only thing we can do now, which we cannot request under our system, Samukai needs to go to jail. It's sad, right? But that's a fact. That's the law. Samukai will be arrested and placed behind bars if the president deemed it necessary to pardon Samukai, then Samukai can be pardoned. But Samukai cannot be on the run or outside of the jailhouse, and be pardoned by the president. So we will go into the details of the nitty-gritty, looking at the kind of cordiality that existed between Bernie Samukai as a defense minister farmer during Ellen regime, to a point where Samukai was being like, he acted as acting president on many occasions when Madam Sally traveled. So we don't know where the scheming came from at the end of their tenure. And for Samukai to be treated the way he's being treated, and the person that told him to do that was not even willing to go to court, and according to information we gathered, Samukai decided not to subpoena Madam Sally through the court because she had already told him, you're on your own. The next issue is the issue of ADD.
No, Lord hold you there. Lord hold you there, because I have a serious...
I just wanted to lay out my on the 3 lawsuits.
No. I have a different side of the coins.
Yeah, but AB, can you just give me a few minutes?
No.
I just got through with Samukai. Let me deal with ABC and ADD.
It's better. Let's do it one by one. Let's do it portion by portion. The first thing first is that Arthur Johnson law. That's the first thing. The first thing. Let me say it here. Arthur Johnson law, and where the Arthur Johnson law. Arthur Johnson said that the Justice Ministry indicted Brandon Samukai under Madam Salif period when he was at the chair of the assets recovery team. Is that what he said?
He didn't say so. He said there was no indictment. The indictment from LACC did not go to court during Madam Salif time. But the indictment from LACC was stayed at the Justice Ministry. You know, LACC does not go to court on their own. They go to court in conjunction with the Ministry of Justice.
So definitely the case was at Justice Ministry.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I deduced from that conversation.
Yeah, but let us say that Arthur Johnson law, because under Madam Salif, Madam Salif, her I'm saying any quote unquote feature issues with Brandon Samukai, he was not going to earn the amount of year that he spent in that ministry. He was never. Brandon is the longest serving minister under Madam Salif.
Yep.
So Arthur lied to the public. That's number one. Number two, Bernie Samukai. The defense minister currently, Bibra Zanga, and Prince. You know that it was Zanga. Zanga was I think he was chief of staff or
He was
someone.
chief of staff.
Okay. Under Bernie Samukai, Zanga was chief of staff. Zanga went to court. I'm not saying they say because I heard the claim. Zanga went to court along with Prince and along with that girl, the woman who they appointed to be, I don't know, a deputy or something. Three of them marched in the courthouse to go to testify in favor of Brendan Samukai that indeed the money was used. So on that note, so I just wanted to correct that point before we move forward, that protocol law that was told by Arthur Fiako Johnson. Go ahead.
So are you saying that Arthur is not saying the truth to the public?
Yes. Arthur is known for lying. And I will play you a clip right here for you to know that Arthur can lie broad day. Arthur did it yesterday. Arthur did it yesterday. To ADD, when ADD went to court, Arthur did it there yesterday. That is to prove to our audience who Arthur Johnson is. Go ahead.
So the next issue is ABC, Alexander Benedict Cummings. Folks, a few days ago we came on the same platform and we told you that there is no court procedure that is illegal when citizens of that country or residents of that country decide to go to court. There is no illegality about that. All right? And going to court is different from winning the case. So those of us that come from the political science background or public policy backgrounds, the best thing any country citizen can do is to uphold the rule of law. And the way we do that is to respect the law by going to court. Don't take the laws into your own hands. We told you that the case between Alexander B. Cummings and his co-defendants and Berina Yuri and others is a legitimate case. However, it is a political prosecution using our legal institution to do just that. And if Alexander Cummings was an ordinary person who don't want to be president, probably we could say the other way around. The attention the case is gaining, probably we're not going to gain that kind of attention. We're not going to see that kind of attention. And other people on the other side argue that in fact, the people that carry Alexander B. Cummings to court, they got no reason doing so because they got no proof that he forged any document. In fact, it is unfair, it is illegal, it is unacceptable for people that sue Alexander B. Cummings to request him to make document available for his own prosecution. As of today, in fact, Liberian time yesterday, the court upheld that decision last week, and ABC Legal Defense took a motion against that, and that motion was defeated yesterday. The judge of the magistrate court has reaffirmed that Alexander B. Cummings produced the CPP framework document. What that means is the ALP folks, Berina Uris and other, and the government of Liberia in this case is the plaintiff. Mr. Ure and the ALP will be serving as state witness at trial. So our argument yesterday or day before yesterday or last week can no longer hold water. It is now a valid point. It's a valid request. Today, yesterday, I'm sorry, Alexander B. Cumming was asked whether he depressed by the media. And from all indication, he appeared very depressed. He thought he's a rich man, he could just go to the ACO and walk away and we'll be done. We're already going to 1 month, my people. We told you on this platform that litigation is very expensive and time consuming. And when you listen to the defense team, lead lawyer, Councilor Silla, he said they will go to the second court. They will go as far as the Supreme Court. You know, when somebody wants to be president and the campaign is next year and this are pre-campaign activities, now they cannot even do that. It's a criminal case. I'm not too sure Alexander Kumi can leave the country at this time.
No, he cannot.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot, folks. So the ALP folks and the government is using our legal institution, which is the court, to carry on political prosecution because Cummings and the rest of the people are greedy people. All right? That is the reasons why he found himself where he found himself. On the issue of ADD said under Article 42, he was not going for the immunity, not immunity, but privilege, legislative privilege. Even though he said something during the week, last week, that sounded to many people like he was trying to kind of like boycott.
Let me play you that clip. Let me play you that.
No, let me just finish and then you can play the clip. I'm not going to go too far with it because he appeared for the first time today. The bond and today basically was just about normal court appearance and then bond filing or builder, somebody signed for you or insurance whatsoever. But the good news is there is a constitutional privilege that, you know, allow courts in our country to let go people who are elected to represent us at the parliament. And that also avoid the police from arresting them when they are going or leaving from session. Even though ADD said it was for the entire term, but that's a way legal debate. I'm not going there because I'm not a lawyer. But the good news is, last week he couldn't go there. And let me tell you the secret. Even here in America, no clerk can sign any bond, only the judge. So I think ADD was very smart and clever to call the judge based on what he said on Spoon Talk to make sure that the judge was not present. The judge's brother had passed away, a family member in Margibi, and he went there on a funeral arrangement. I dare you, if ADD had gone to that court, even though it's a civil matter and the judge was not present, he would have been cuffed and taken to jail. And he did it smart. He didn't go there. So today, at least yesterday, our Liberian time went to court, and according to media report, everything went fine. And so he went there even before the 10 days offered him under our system. But all in all, my people, the way we see things going, as a political analyst, this whole yogo rimaro inside the opposition camp fire in Soweto. This is playing to the advantage of the CDC-led government. This last minute to time to any turn for us to give them their termination letter by 2023, hopefully October. It is not far away from us. This is playing perfectly to the advantage of the CDC-led government. And Honestly, just we can actually do anything and get away with it. We already saw those pickups that his government used taxpayer money and put Joshua on all those pickups and give it to our elders and chiefs in the 15 counties under his own name, donated by George Weah. That's still in the day. That's a political campaign using taxpayer money. No civilized country, no country that is believed in the applications of law and anti-corruption, no president, no leader during the 21st century should get involved in those kind of things, especially in a democratic environment like ours. Knowing what we know, our history when it comes to corruption, political, social, and economic. It is sad, and every day I feel sorry for the ordinary people in Liberia. It'll be back to you.
You know, when I said here on the talk show and you was here, when I said ABC have a long way to go. Many of the ANC supporters, they came at me like when you throw fresh meat on a door. They came at me. This case that you people are looking at, if ABC is not careful, he will never contest. Let me repeat. If ABC is not careful, he will not contest. This is a clear manifestation of the people, that thing the people say, the bond, the bill, the funding is not more than 1,000. Who told you that? That you the one can decide the funding of the court? So, the ABC thing here, me, I know that it was going to drag claim him. Because the man already tight. The man already small. So when you pressing hard, he will faint. It should not be surprising to some of you guys when you hear that ABC have fainted. It should not be surprising to some of you. It should not be surprising. But you are talking, hold on, Cora. Hold on. You are talking about ABC, ADD. Look, it's a mere joke that Musa Hassan Belete is playing. It's a mere joke. They know in the country. And I love what ABC said, ADD said yesterday. I love what he said. Let me play you the clip. Hold on.
So when we say that it was a game plan.
What game plan? That's the law.
Okay. All right. So the law himself is the senator, Senator DeLong, we understand that you are to be reporting to the court every day. We got to respect the law. I don't go there, but everybody be taking you. That's how I talk, sir. That's how I talk. Okay, thank you. I'm calm. Okay, you didn't expect the magnitude of the cases to have been this way. That's why you keep in touch with the press.
Are you talk? Is that your talk?
Did you, if you worry,
ask questions. Don't make comment. You're a journalist.
I'm asking you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Were you prepared coming here today?
Of course. Let me tell you something. I'm a respecter of the law.
That we know.
Thank you. So I'm here, and we'll take advantage of the law. This matter will reach it, will stretch it to the logical legal conclusion.
Senator DeLong.
Excuse me. This matter will take it to the full length of the law. And those statements that are made, we are in court now. And trust me, this is the last bus stop.
What's the outcome of today's appointment? What's the outcome of today's appointment?
Taking you to court.
Musa is not chairman, and let's not make this Liberty Party today. Musa Berete for the Cyrus Taylor. You understand? And I'm senator, right? This is a civil matter. I respected the court and I came here. And thereafter, all the other legal processes, constitutional privileges, everything will be followed. These are interesting times, and trust me, Musa Berete stepped on the last toe that will say.
Are you convinced us that you got evidence to prove your allegations, sir?
Did you find any
Cora, what is her name and where are you calling her from?
Yeah, AB. My name is Alex Sherry, calling from Pennsylvania.
Alan Sherman. Cora, hold on.
Hello?
Yeah,
Are you there?
Yeah, Alan, go ahead.
Yeah, I just called to the discussion that you guys just both spoke about a pickup ball for those for our various primary chief. So I would like to retrospect. I would like to carry back during the earlier government, wherein I think you were in Liberia back then at that time.
You know what I was
When yes, you were there, AB. I know you were there. About 2006, 2006, we were on UR camp for AB. So
okay, you're right.
Okay, so forget it. So, when Metal Steel bought a hill pickup, those white pickup that was bought and carried on the legislature on the ground of the parliaments, where each legislator they give them one pickup each, the earlier governments at that time, and the government had already purchased them a new vehicle. So how do you classify that process at that time in
the government
2000?
already purchased a new vehicle. That's what you are saying?
Yeah, at that time, okay, and then Metal Steel.
But the
I come maybe hold on, just 1 second. Okay, the government already bought them a pickup at that time.
Okay,
and then I come a bit, and then.
Amen. You want to be straight to be talking to your woman. Then go talk to your wife when you finish.
Let's go, AB, talk, AB. Just regard that. So the government already bought those people a vehicle that they'll be able to transport them at that time.
The lawmaker.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I think after a year, and then Metal Steel bought them 15 hill pickup, white pickup, and each lawmaker possessed one. So how do you classify that during the earlier government?
Okay. You know, Ellie never just took it from her own pocket.
Oh, wait now.
I come in. You see,
See,
when you talk, you give me chance.
No, go ahead. I gave you the time. Go ahead.
Never purchased those pickup from her own pocket. There were the budgets that were passed, and Ellen promised each of those lawmakers a car. And Ellen never wrote her name on those cars. Did Ellen get that?
AB.
No.
AB, let me have that.
It was a broad corruption that was displayed at that time. Your set on the parallel hall argued towards that process at that time. He said, because Metal Steel brought those lawmakers, present them a pickup, and which of course the government has already bought them vehicle already. They were having vehicle, and then another one coming because by that time Metal Steel that came in the country. Okay. They were trying to man in Nima.
Put your phone on mute and listen to my co-host.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, my brother, you're talking about those Toyota Hilux speakers that were given by Metal Steel. But let me just give another free information to folks who have problem or maybe they didn't listen to the president annual message. President George open money we have said to our legislature that they put money in the proposed budget, even at that, it's not even supposed to use it, but there's a legal way that we can manipulate the budget to recast for the government to run. We already know that as a public policy analyst. He put money in the budget to buy pickers for the chiefs. It's clear. You can go back to that speech, folks. Those of you that didn't listen to him, you can go back to that speech. In addition to that, George Weah does not have his own money to buy that kind of pickers for our chiefs. So the corruption aspect of it is you can buy pickers for the chiefs, you can buy motorbikes for them, but you cannot donate it to them in your own name because it is not your personal money. The time he was playing football, he should have done that. It was his personal money. When he was Mosoro County Peace Ambassador, the government paid him, he should have done that. When he was Mosoro County Senator, all right, he would have done that. When he was opposition leader, he would have done that too. Nobody will be talking this talk. This time, it is Liberian people money, my people. You cannot use it to buy a car and put your name on it that you donating it to the chiefs and others. Okay. That's corruption. Let's go to Toyota Halo speaker from Meta State. Ellen Justice Sally did not offer those cars to our lawmaker that time. However, Ellen was in charge of the government. We all talk about those speakers. My brother, corruption yesterday, today, it is in corruption. But the good news is that money did not come from our budget. According to the government, because Meta State did not come out directly to tell the Liberian people they offer those pickers. But the government said Meta State offered those speakers to our lawmaker as a goodwill. In other words, lobbyist fees, because they did a good job for them. You know, ratifying their mineral development documents to do official business in our country. In addition to that, Ellen did not require Meta State to put her name on those speakers donated by Ellen Johnson Sally. No, we didn't see that. And the money did not come from the government. Okay? This money comes directly from our budget. And George Weah bought pickers and motorbikes and donated it to the chiefs. They are part of the local government. We understand that. But you cannot do that in doing this civilized war. I hope that answers your question.
Let's take another caller. Caller, what is the name and where are you calling from? Caller, what is the name and where are you calling from? Caller from 7856.
Yeah, it be that me, Vera said, your co-host talking, that's why I just listening to him.
Okay, go ahead.
But he's still talking to your co-host.
My brother, go ahead.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. AB, thank you for the show. Thank you to Francis. Thank you for what you guys do. This River says, even though I don't agree with you guys a lot of time, but thank you for the show. But I want to say something concerning the Samukai business. Look,
yeah, talk about it because the thing the country they will say it cannot pass.
Yeah, but AB, look, we have to set precedent. In this United States, when lawmakers, when they break the law, when they are convicted, they stay here and serve their time. The guy in Chicago, 2008, the guy who attempted to sell Obama's Senate seat, Roy Bogdanovich, he was sentenced to 14 years in jail. He did not run away to say, I'm going to Mexico. And we got Andrew Cuomo, the New York governor, recently. And that Jerry Springer guy you see over there, he was a lawmaker. We got a lot of lawmakers here who broke the law and they served their time. This idea of people running away and going to running away in neighboring country, we need to set precedent. Samukai was convicted by the Supreme Court, which is the highest body.
But I want to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Was the president was not informed before he went out to pay some of this money? Well, the president was not informed?
Wait, you said the president was not informed of what?
The president, are you telling me now that the president was not informed about Brendan Samukai usage of the money that causes him that he have to put some of the money into the budget and a first budget. Do you know that the current president pays some of that money?
Yeah, but the thing is, they give Samukai a deal. If they don't give you deal, if five person commit crime here, everybody will.
That is not what I'm saying. I am asking you whether the president does not know that Brendan Samukai is a criminal. Then when he pays some of the criminal money. You say I'm a criminal. You say I steal. You say I steal. Then you went the money that I steal. Then you pay some.
Well, I don't know what deal exactly led to George we are paying some of his thing. I heard about it, but I don't know exactly what was the deal between he and Samukai. I don't know how they reached that agreement, but I know that George Weah is a man of integrity. He will not go and pay criminal fees. Maybe there was something to work around. Maybe some concession was made. I don't know the full details.
So concession will be passed into our budget?
Like I said, AB, I don't want to lie. I don't know the full detail.
But you don't know the full detail, and then you want to say that the man should go to jail.
But AB, the Supreme Court convicted the man. It's a convict. It's not me saying it. The highest body, George Weah, is not a Supreme Court. As far as you know, Samukai was convicted. I mean, it's plain blank. They gave him a deal. They put, 5 of them or 3 of them together. They gave them a deal. In the United States, when your 5 person commit crime, restitution, everybody will pay one by one.
So they gave them a deal. So you want to tell me that Brendan Samukai never pay a portion of the money?
No. The deal was all of them supposed to come up with a fixed amount. The fixed amount. That's why they put it together. It's like a bundle package. Like when you get a bundle, you're not supposed to split it up. When you get Time Warner cable bundle, you get a home phone, the internet, everything. There are 3 of them. They don't tell you to split it up. When you ready to pay a bill, there are 3 things you're going to pay for. You don't go and call it to say, I pay for tea.
Hold on.
When ECOWAS, Kabina Janet did the same thing. AB, right now, our situation in our country, we need to settle ourselves. You know, there's no more ECOWAS right now, as far as we speak, as far as I know. Yeah. Mali got military leader right now. Guinea down. Burkina Faso down. Let me tell you now, we one of the safest countries right now. We need to put our act in order. ECOWAS, but I tell you, my man, ECOWAS got serious thing to deal with now. Let me tell you, Mali, the whole sub-region is being destabilized. If you think they come and go George Samukai corruption case or Kabina, forget it. If things happen here, they better stay here. So that's something for them to apologize or something to see how we all can reach agreement. They run into ECOWAS, they will not have nothing. ECOWAS is completely disintegrated right now. They destabilized. Or they're having meeting. Things not right now. We need to get the country together with all the opposition, the government, and you know, everybody should work together. Running away will not help nothing. That is running away brought war. When you run away, you go form group.
But how sure are you that the man run away?
The man is not in the country. They can't find the man.
You can't find the man. That does not mean that the man is not in the country.
Okay, then he hiding. If you get caught, first of all, in the United States here, if you got caught, you're supposed to show up. You show up, the issue warrant for you. You like I said, you get beat to your house. As far as they know, they're not going to your house to search for you. They ask your lawyer, where is your client? I can't see my client. They're going to look for you the issue warrant. Anytime, I know some people I used to live in the apartment complex where they have warrant for 3-4 years. The people, once they ain't getting trouble, they ain't getting police way, they just there. But once you get speeding ticket or you get something, they come for you. So Brendan Samukai, he can hire wherever he want to hire. I don't know whether they're looking for him, but technically, you know, I mean, if he get caught, the reason he did not show up for court, he will be fined, and maybe the fine will be double, and maybe possible prison time. But you know, look, I don't want anybody to go to jail, AB. You know, Samukai, I ain't got no.
You want Samukai to go to jail?
AB, can I ask my friend?
Remember that the Supreme Court, AB, I just want for to follow the law. Even the judge we are man tomorrow, if that man found guilty, as far as I like the man, you know, but if the man found guilty tomorrow, all the horses in building, if they got evidence that judge we are embezzling the money, AB, the man go to jail, you go to jail. We have to stop all those things. And not just because of George, we are everybody.
Okay.
Corruption needs to be curtailed. You know, if that George we are made and he found guilty, they gotta seize all the horses and give it to the Liberian people and put them in jail. I don't care.
Okay.
You know, so
Thank you.
yeah. Thank you for having me, brother.
Thank you. Yeah, let's take another caller here. Caller coming to you. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, caller, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Amy, how are you?
I'm trying to be good, though.
Good. All right, yeah, so I want to answer the question that you asked about why did the we are government pay a part of the Samukai money. So in the Supreme Court ruling that they sent, so the reason why they said we are government pay was the army was trying to mutilate. The army was trying. There was a strike generating into the army. First, it was those women that husbands got killed. They went in the street, and then secondly, the army was trying to, like there was a complete shamble in the army, and because of that, so the court said that it was a security issue. That's why the government had to come up and then pay a part of that money. If the government did not pay a part, if the government had not paid, the army was going to come after we are. So that was one reason why they had to make that payment. Okay. So that payment was not actually made for Samukai. Yeah, okay. It was not actually made for him. When you
but
read
the way Bernie is not in the country, nobody know where he is. Then the men are all met already. So the men now go. And as a land adjustment, we are increasing security.
Hey, no, AB.
Oh, but you said no, AB.
No, listen now.
As a job man, we are in fact, his security. You know the also you know that those security guard top.
The guy are funny. Look, whether George we are increasing security or whether he doesn't. Look, these people got money. George Via got money. Samukai got money. All right. So what we always need to be fighting for is what is there for us, the common people. Because at the end of the day, Samukai is not going to suffer. He is not going to suffer if he remains on the run. He can live a good life. This man working at government for 12 good years. He got money. So if some guy wants to pay that money, he can pay.
We're not talking about that. We are concerned now the way the president is streaming now because the mayor has escaped and the president.
Samukai cannot do anything to that country. But let's say he is successful to come and bring war to Liberia. Who suffers?
That is your thinking.
Who actually suffers? Is it these guys who got money who will be the first to run out of the country?
My co-host is saying that.
Can you pause that a little bit? Let me just give you small history.
Yeah, hold on a little bit. Just put your phone on mute and listen.
Okay.
And listen.
My brother, Liberia is an animal farm. Samukai though did not realize for the first second, the minute, the hour, the month, and the year that he could be where he found himself. Let me not even go to Samukai though. Let's go back to our political history. Before we succeeded taking off the first republic, the quote-unquote Congo people, it's a reality. You won't hear that, then go off. They already went over 100 years plus.
Yes.
That group of people that led the country for over 100 years, we brought them down April 12th. They didn't expect it. They didn't even think that. That Bawu Soya, I call them.
Okay.
All right, could have done that. But when the reality came to set in, that April 12th, and we established the junta code, we call the junta code martial. At the Supreme Court, it became a reality of the day.
Oh, okay.
They succeeded doing that. The PRC under Samukai though. When Doe then came to power, the same thing the other people did, in fact, they did worse than that. Their own was just nepotism, the entire family in government, in big positions. When Samukai Doe then came, not only that, They brought their entire family into position, but they did not allow anybody to talk about their wrongdoing. So what did they do? They suspended the Constitution for 5 years. The First Republic Constitution was suspended for 5 years. After doing that 5 years, there was nothing anybody could say. They will slaughter you in cold blood. Read our history. Read the Constitution under Article 97. Everything they did, they put it under Article 97 of the 1986 Constitution with emphasis that whatever they did, military, administrative, judicial, nobody can question it. No court in the Republic and outside the Republic should question their decision because they did it because the people corrupted our system for over 100 years.
Okay.
3, that government, you saw how those were killed, right? Those American government, it is on record. Go back to the CIA website. Go check it out. Free information. Fat book. There were plenty of good government, including good friends of Samuel Doe, including Babangida, that told Samuel Doe to leave the country. He said no. He's going to fight until the grass will suffer. When 2 elephants fight, the grass will suffer. Today, that grass, that the Liberian people. The 2 elephants that fought, the other elephant get grave. The other elephant in jail. Samuel Kanyando, the other elephant in the Senate. Now, we came to Charles Taylor scenario. Charles Taylor then came to kill Doe, they sit down there. When was it LURD, right? In fact, Yidimbo K, Yidimbo Jele leave that the same fashion ongoing. When law started in Lofa County 1998, go back to the clip, go to BBC. Charles Taylor referred to that group of people as dissident forces, that they were disgruntled, and because he didn't give them power, that was some Mandingo group, the Muslim group, Lofa County people trying to overthrow him, but they're going to take care of them.
Okay.
Where is Charles Taylor today? Charles Taylor is in jail. You know, some of this information, AB, we need to give it to people free. I'm bringing this political information to you and the rest of the people that are watching us tonight or that will come later on to watch our show, that we should not underestimate anybody.
Oh.
Ellen did everything she could do, but the country was a little bit normal. Since Judge Weah took over, it is too much conflict. You cannot use our legal institution like the Supreme Court and other courts and the police to prosecute political opponents. Okay. You cannot do that. If you do that, that is a recipe of potential violence. Our people say everywhere you find smoke, there's a possible fire. Do not underestimate this kangaroo prosecution of Samukai, because the former commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia mandated him to use armed forces money for the very group of people. You can't do it. Don't underestimate it. We're not praying that it should happen, but do not underestimate it. Don't look down on any Liberian, regardless of their backgrounds. Don't do it, my brother.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You having 1 minute, my brother.
Yeah. So the reason why I'm a little confused is that because I read almost all of the court papers. All right, but here's the thing, I don't know. Look, is burning Samukai case? Is it not a real case? It is a real case. It is a case not politically driven. It is politically driven. So this is what we need to do as Liberians. We need to be truthful on both sides of the aisle. Yes, what this man did to those army people. If any of us here had our brothers or sisters in the army and this thing was done to them, how we would have responded?
Okay.
But we're not thinking about it. It's only because Bernie is on our side of the aisle. That's why we want to support Bernie. Also on the government side, Bernie is not the only one that has been stealing money in that country. There are a lot of other people in that country from the citizens side that stole money from the government, and the government sees it and they're doing nothing about it. Why just Samukai? Okay. As Liberians, that's how we need to talk, because this issue of talk. Yeah, thank you, man.
Thank you. According from 4292, go ahead.
Thank you, AB. There's
Nusa Wine married to. I've been following the show, and I want to contribute to 2 points that were raised. One has to do with the Brandon Samukai saga and the 94 pickups donated by Asida Meta when it came to Liberia after Edding took over. The pickup, it was actually 100, and 94 were distributed, and the former senator for Bon County in person of Franklin Siakor refused that pickup. He said it was not given in good faith. It was meant to weaken, the senators or lawmakers at the time. So they have done nothing. Those people are concessionaires, and therefore he will not be able to accept such a gift from them. Other people went ahead and received the pickups. It took no time. Meta still decided to, redundant 25 Liberians in the name of Global Financial Meltdown after they signed 25 years contract with them, and other people left that job. They went to Meta Steel to work. There was this technical guy they called Jerome who was teaching engineering at University of Liberia Science College Department. They all went. So the thing here is that the gentleman who called and said the pickups that were given to the chiefs is a justification of Edding giving pickups to
the
lawmakers is wrong. Edding never gave pickups to lawmakers. The lawmakers themselves, some of them who are Liberians, who supposed to be nationalistic, refuse to be brothers keepers, receive bribery, and at the end of the day, a lot of Liberians lost their job with Meta Steel. And no other lawmakers could stand up for the Liberian brothers who signed 25-year contract, and within the midst of that, they were redundant for no substantial reason. So that was not Edding fault. The lawmakers themselves who received the pickup, they should know better.
Okay.
And then I want to speak to this Brandon Samukai issue. You see, AB, in life, everybody has their moment.
Mm-hmm.
Joseph Boakai served Edding as vice president. He was not dictatorial like other vice president can do. They started,
just to say they're the president.
Yeah. So, the end of the day, because Brandon Samukai pledged his support to JMB, all this thing that is going on with this AFL money is now haunting Brandon Samukai. But on the other hand, the former president of the Republic of Liberia, she must understand that what she has put in Brandon Samukai through, she will pay the price. And Weah has become the implementer for Edding, but Weah should watch out. He accused Edding Johnson's son and other guys from Central Bank. He put them in pink orange suit, a prisoner. Al Jazeera correspondent Hassan interviewed Edding, who is one of the best astute intellectual in Liberia, who now facing that interview because of the trauma Weah caused for Edding. Edding was not able to address any other issue in our press conference. If you follow the clip on YouTube or any other platform.
We get a clip here.
So what I'm trying to say here is that Weah should be careful.
Okay.
They rope that hand monkey, they can hand bamboo. So Edding will implement the disgrace Weah had brought to Edding integrity by breaking his son into the public space, calling him criminal and all of that. So the money Eddie instructed Brandon Samukai to use on the AFL armed procurement for the peace process in Mali. The Nigerian man who was serving as chief of staff ran away with the money. And then she phoned to Brandon Samukai to take the 401k of the AFL guys' own money they take from their salary. And at the end of the day, that what she got to tell the man, Brandon Samukai never used that money on his own business. They used that money to repurchase arms for Liberians.
But the current defense minister, Zenga, said admitted to it in court.
So, you know, it's wrong. It's wrong. All these things is happening because the hatred Eddie got for Joseph Boakai. It's why all this thing is going on. But it could be the other way around if Brandon Samukai had not voiced his support to Boakai. This thing, it could be dead and gone a long time.
Thank you.
Me. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. Pastor Charles Aku, go ahead.
Oh, thank you, Ebi. Thank you so much. Sometimes I listen to you and your brother Spencer. Sometimes you listen and I don't want to call, but sometimes some of us Liberians, they can force someone also ask questions. Because Ebi, my problem here is I want a better Liberia for me, Ebi, Francis, and every other Liberian on earth. That the Liberia I live before I begin 23 or 20 or before I begin 53 years of age now, that the Liberia I want my grandchildren to live in. Liberia I saw, the Liberia I could go to school, I come back, food on the table for me, I go play around, and nobody touch me, nobody kill me, nobody rape me. That is Liberia I want to see. But you see, a high, Ebi, to see some of us that God had given us the breath and the life, took us away from a high country called Liberia, brought us into America, to a place to get, we already have brain, to just make us to see the other part of the world, to add on what we have seen in Liberia that will buy, to add on and go do better things for Liberia. We sit in America here, and we talk foolishly. The Bible says, only the fool is wise in their own eyes. The Bible never talk about education and your degree, because you can have a degree, you're educated fool. What made me to call? And the question would be, does George Weah, an ex-football player, who is mistakenly taken by the Liberian people to be president, does he have integrity? Ebi.
Yeah.
Does George Weah have integrity?
From where? Where?
Okay. That's what prompted me to call. You see, when we Liberians want better Liberia, we must call Pastor Chad. He calls himself pastor without being here, tattoo. God doesn't care about tattoo. When Pastor Chad doesn't have integrity, he goes steal from the people church, or he raped a woman in a church, or he lived a life that not representing that God has created him. Call Pastor Chad a killer, call him a rapist, call him who he is. But for you to turn around, call Pastor Chad because he means pastor, the tattoo on him, they say he got integrity, you are a sinner. You see, a brother called Genesis Joey is a man of integrity. That just touched me. It touched me, it hurt me. Where in the world you see a man of integrity butt naked himself into a club? Maybe. Where in the world? Where in the world you see a man with integrity become president, just making head of state in 3 months, start breaking down? Why he never admired a partner in the world? He start bringing out a big new thing. Where in the world? You see, when somebody got called, it hurts someone else. Why God made mistake to take someone else without even belonging in the country? Because if you belong in the country and you know Joria didn't go, take back your dirty clothes from here. I'm angry this night, man. Pack your dirty clothes, your children, take them in Liberia as other people train the street. They are raping them, killing them, and they have no food. They call them zombies. Mothers have been raped, daughters have been raped. Carry your entire family and live on a job and drink a pee water. Then I'm convinced that you are lacking the wisdom of God for truth. That I'm convinced that you are foolish and you are wise in your own eyes. People give me a excuse. Look at Samukai case. Jovia paid some of the money because he came power because the army was behind him. Oh, so you are only protecting to stay in power, to steal enough before he go after the criminal. Is that the male integrity? He know that someone is a criminal, but he waited because he wanted to steal as well, so he paid part of the people's money. After he has stolen enough, why he never owned a ma Anna, the late mother Anna in the grave today, never owned. Not like her grandma nor Jovia inside of her own. He owned it in less than a time. Then I said I support Jovia. Do I fear God?
Thank you.
That is a curse. That is a curse for us, man.
Thank you.
What God your brain with talking you're stupid people. Right?
Thank you. Koro, what is Koro calling on this line? What is the name and where are you calling on from? Koro calling from 5451. What is the name and where are you calling on from? Koro calling from 5451. What is the name and where are you calling on from? All right. Let me call Paul. Paul have been trying to call us. Yeah, Paul, go ahead.
How are you?
I'm doing quite okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. If you just give my my little take, right? The issue that has to do with Brandon Samukai, let us be honest. And sometimes I see people making statement out of sentiment because they favor the power that be or they are close to the power that be, so they want to blind their eyes to the right thing. Now, you are telling me that President Joe Biden instructed the defense secretary,
the Secretary of Defense,
to release some money that was allocated for defense 401k soldiers to ensure that the American soldier overseas, let's assume Afghanistan, have adequate supply and support to enable them protect the U.S. interests outside America in Afghanistan. In other words, protecting Liberia interests on the peace mission, on United Nations peace mission in Mali. And then the Secretary of Defense say, no, I can't use the 401k money. First of all, they will charge you for treason under our unitary code of justice. That's one. Two, in the military, the elected general order number 3. There will be no reason why a subordinate will not take the order from the commander-in-chief in the best interest of the army and the state. I want to see now that Prince Johnson honor or George Weah regime refuse Weah order. You know, it doesn't make sense. You understand? And let us stop politicizing this thing because Brandon Samukai refused to align himself with the CDC. And for Benjamin Jacob, to conclude, sometimes I wonder why some of these guys came to the United States. You have the opportunity to be here, so that is why everything that is happening in Liberia and other places in our country there, it is good in your eyes. Or it is not communist, because that's the communist people. Thank you.
My brother, I'll go to you.
Yeah, you know, it be political psychological and sociological philosopher says that any country, organization, in a given environment that refuses consistently to examine their history, they are bound to fall. And you know, I don't really expect everybody to like my analysis. I don't expect that. That's not my expectation. My expectation is my passion to do what I'm doing right now. Because nobody is responsible for my energy. Nobody is responsible for me coming to sit here after doing my regular American job. The only person that is responsible for what I'm saying right now and for my energy and for the air that I breathe
is God.
It is
Hello?
the God Almighty that is in heaven.
Hold on.
Who is the
Stop.
judge of all judges. So I don't really expect people to come and praise me here. If you do, it's up to you. But I can tell you for free, the truth will set in. Don't even think because I'm from Lofa County. We've been on this advocacy from University of Liberia days.
Yes, I know you for that.
We did it at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. When people came during early time and tried to undermine our civil servant system, we told them the truth. Even at the level of high school, we did what we could do. And we still enjoy doing this, my people. If you don't want to hear the truth and you want to like be on our live view and telling us what you can't, what you're not supposed to tell us, we will provide you more history so you can go and read. But I know you're not going to read. The commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia, most democratic countries, under Article 60 and Article 61, but you don't read. So if you say you live in America, yeah, probably I met you, yeah, I don't know. Read this book. Read this. Take your time. It doesn't cost you anything. You want one copy, I can send it to you. So we can have a better argument. I am not vexed. Even if I'm vexed, I'd rather get vexed. Let me say it the Liberian way. I'd rather get pissed. Because what we see happen yesterday is still happening today. People corrupted our system yesterday. Then we brought our own generational man in George. He doing the same thing, even more than it. How will you go to Burkina Faso or you go to ECOWAS meeting, you telling the people, say, the guy that they ousted out, the military took out, you telling the people to bring the man back. When in your own country, you're not following democratic tenets. So, okay, let's even hold the argument constant that Ellen corrupted yesterday when she was president because she sat down there and looked at 1 million development, mineral development company purchase pickers for our lawmaker. All right? Money that didn't come from our budget, but it was still another form of corruption. That was economic and financial inducement on the parliamentary steal to steal the show. It was corruption. But I think if we were to use the cost and benefit analysis, comparing that behavior and the behavior of George Weah, I think George Weah's behavior is more harmful to us economically. Okay, because this money is our money that would have been directed to the people, disadvantaged citizens we call Zogo today. He told our legislature on camera 2 hours 35 minutes reading trash to them and they're clapping for him. He carried his own seditions in the chamber. Lofap County people that have been underrepresented for over 1 year, as per our constitution, they deny them to assemble, to express their concern to their leaders. But they carry cheering squad in the chambers of our parliament. The speaker is a sedition, the protein is a sedition, the vice president is a sedition. So nobody could stop that behavior, that lackadaisical behavior, that unpatriotic behavior. And went and stood over there for 2 hours, 35 minutes, lecture our people, and told them, I put money in the budget to buy pickups and motorbike for our chiefs. And you coming to come under our life view and you asking us whether Joe Weah took that money from his personal pocket or from our government or from our taxpayer, shame on you.
Thank you.
Shame is on you. You need to go and reread. And what went wrong yesterday, if it's still going wrong today, wrong is wrong. And we need to stop. We need to stop. We Liberians, especially those of us that are here. If you say, I'm talking with, it's up to you. I have to be angry. I have no business being in America. It is because of this successive vicious cycle corruption, economic, social, and political by our leaders that got the people to be suffering. Liberian people suffer as a result of the war. Majority were killed, but those who were held accountable, one of them is in jail in Europe. And one thing I can let you know free, we're not telling you, say Samukai going to bring war. But if Samukai will do what he got to do, what other people did yesterday, I will be one of those that will support Samukai for them. Because why? Judge Weir is prosecuting him because he disagree with him. It's not that Samukai stole money. Samukai did not steal money. Samukai took the order of the former president. The same way other people taking order from Judge Weir today. So tomorrow we can bring someone a kangaroo court and prosecute people because Judge Weir told them to do so. It is on you. It'll be back to you.
Thank you. Kora, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, thank you very much, Avi. Let me say good evening to you and your co-host. My name is Roland Nyema and I call from North Dakota.
Roland,
yeah, quickly, just to contribute to your conversation this evening. You know, the action by Judge Weir and this government is what I would refer to as a slippery slope in ethics or sociology. An action that will lead to something that will be unacceptable. You know, either our society being affected or an individual being affected. You know, it's true that our legal system, you know, is something that we all should embrace and follow. But the way we see things are going, the way the executive is so manipulative. The executive controls the judiciary. You know, this is the reason why we say when every case goes at that judiciary, we see that the president and even those in the executive, they run after that case and control the judges. But what I want to say here is,
make it short because we are running out of time.
Yeah,
right.
you started with
I
Arthur
want
Johnson.
to
Remember when
disagree.
Arthur Johnson,
Sorry.
Arthur Johnson said one thing that I picked. The TRC report is one thing that outlines some of the flaws and mistakes, all right, that every current leadership of our country needs to follow so that Liberia will not retrogress to the past. Because the antecedent of what we're seeing today shows that we are still doing business as usual that would even take us to where we came from.
Thank you.
So every current government, especially Judge Weir and his cronies, the way they are running our country is wrong.
Thank you.
It's wrong, yeah.
Okora, what is your name and where are you calling from?
This is James calling from Minnesota. Yeah, you know, I want to disagree with Brother Francis, and here is my disagreement. And it seems as though Francis did not read the Supreme Court ruling, because when he says that Ellen gave Samukai order, that is not true. And let me tell you why. Because if you read the document, Francis, they gave the Samukai lawyers the chance. They told them that Ellen was present. Ellen is here for them to have, so that they could bring Ellen to be witness. They refused. And besides that, I want you to go in the document. Samukai wrote 6 checks to himself, personal check, that were in another account. He diverted them, and then he changed another account to his personal account. Look, Brother Francis, if you read this document, you would never say some of these things that you're saying here. This thing is about 50 pages. I always told people, if we have taken our time to read this thing, even one page a day, we will have more information about this case. This case is so bad against Samukai. It's not just what you're hearing. Read the document and you'll see how much bad things that that Samukai did to the military. Thank you.
Thank you. My brother, we have come to the very, very end. Let us get their parting statement, and then we close.
Yeah, let me start my parting statement with our last caller. He's talking about 50-page document, 100-page document.
Samuel, just call. Samuel, go ahead.
Yeah, Eddie.
Yeah,
sorry for calling you.
Yeah, you are our last
I just wanted to listen today. But the last caller that just called, you see, these are the people that are encouraging what President we are doing. And it will come back to haunt every one of us. Why is it lying that they asked Brendan Samukai to call Helen and Brendan Samukai refused? Well, Brendan Samukai lawyers asked for the witness, which is the current president and the how you call it, the former president. The Supreme Court refused. Didn't you hear that from Brendan Samukai lawyer himself? The people went and wrote part last in that report because some of you people can just read everything. The document you're talking about, can he share the page with you, AB, so we can be able to see and read it for ourselves?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to listen to, I read the document. Because they call the chief of staff, they call the current defense minister, the former chief of staff, they call the deputy. They all attested not a single dime was transferred to any personal account. Not a single dime was used by Brendan Samukai. Brendan Samukai was audited by the army. So why is it now you're saying that if Helen would have known that Brendan Samukai transferred the money to a safe account, Helen would have put on Nathan Chavin go to pay for the money, or we are? Why some people can't understand when someone lying? Why they can't understand? They asked the defense minister, which is the former chief of staff. All these people admitted that this fund, the only mistake Brendan Samukai did was for misappropriation after he took the instruction. The only mistake Brendan Samukai made was when Helen asked him, Brendan, yeah, there's no money, how are we going to solve the problem? Brendan said the mistake he made, it was him that suggested to Helen that the only money that the military get now is the Army Reserve. That was how Helen told him, okay, take money from there and we'll refund the money back later. So that guy should stop lying. He needs to stop the lies. He needs to stop the lie. It's a lie. If he got that page, he should share it with us.
Thank you.
Because another place they need to understand. You see, AB, the people need to understand. According to the Liberian Constitution, crime is not transferable. Okay? Crime is not transferable. You ask these people to go back and pay their money. You divided the money into equal share, right? And ask each person to pay 50% within the period of 2 years. Now, Brendan Samukai paid his, and Serena Sifa said, no, the Constitution, the money that they stole were both of them, all three of them that took the money together, so all three of them should pay the money together. So my question now, I want to ask them, if God forbid now a million times, one of them, goes to prison and die, will you demand the other two to die with the two? Will you demand the other two to die without one that died? Now, they said that Brendan Samukai couldn't take his seat because the other two have not paid the money. My million-dollar question now, why can't they go and get the other two and put all three of them in jail, but rather they run it behind Brendan Samukai to put him in jail? Why can't you go and grab all three? You say all three should pay together, right? But then now it is time to go to jail. You forget about the other two. You want to put Brendan Samukai alone in jail. Why can't you go and get the other two, add them to Brendan Samukai, make them three, and put them in jail simultaneously? Why do you want to get Brendan Samukai in jail and the other two are roaming around? You see, these are some of the injustices that brought war in our country. And we Liberian people, until we can learn the Western system, they don't make decisions because it is in their favor or against their favor. They make decisions because it will benefit the good of everybody. Until we can start thinking in that direction, we're not going anywhere. The Supreme Court herself, if you go to any court, the Supreme Court herself disgraced herself. After giving instruction clearly, let this man pay the money, you certificate him. Only for them to come back, they flip-flop. Now they want to cancel it. That's why I say if the people of Lopa smart, they shouldn't allow any election in our country. There should be no election in our country. There should be no election. Let us see remove vacant so Joshua can be happy. It's complete nonsense. If this was Nima can take, can Nima take this? If this was Grand Crew, the way they're looking at Lopa, could they have handled this? That the same thing told them with Nima a broad war. The same thing, the how you call it, the date, Joe did with Nima, a broad war today in our country. Look at his speech. He congratulated Nima County, he called the county name. He called Grand Crew name. He said congratulations to the other team. How easy it is to say congratulations to Lofa? What Lofa did to we are so much? Go listen to that speech, Eddie. The man who now said Lofa and mentioned the other winners. Does it make sense to you? Does it make sense to you? We will leave office, the people from Grand Crew. How would they feel if a Pelham or Gizi or Crown or Gio become a president tomorrow and start to treat the people of, or how you call it, South where he comes from, or Grand Crew, wherever, they decide to treat them in a form and manner.
Thank you.
You think it makes sense? We need to be balanced here, man.
Thank you.
And maybe just another thing quick I want to just throw light on. President Weah lied on himself when he was donating the pickups. President Weah seen it explaining from the beginning of his speech how he saw the need, blah, 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 and he bought the pickups. He said it was a personal donation. Can I ask him, if he said it was a personal donation, why is it when he was doing the donation, he said on behalf of the government? Does it make sense? After you finish telling people it's a personal thing, then why giving the pickup to him, he said, Chief Zanza, on behalf of the government, he had the pickups. Are you kidding me? You say you did not use government money, why are you giving it on behalf of the government then? The Liberian people that are sitting and backing what President we are doing, we are feeding the animal with meat, and the day the animal run out of meat, it's coming for you. Maybe when you live in the town, bunch of hunters, and you get another village near you, and you see your friend bringing town animal, you must know he hunting in the other people's town. The day the animal finish there, they coming right in your backyard to start hunting for your own animal. The Liberian people, we should sit down and keep allowing what President we are doing and be encouraging it. Tomorrow, that the women can say when the shit hit our fence, that when we will know that this administration is heading in the wrong direction and it is going to affect everybody. It is Bernie Samukai today, it is Lofa today. Tomorrow, if noise starts in our country, there will not be one trap. It will be everybody. It's about time we learn from the past. He that doesn't learn from the past is bound to repeat history. Thanks for the time, Eddie.
Thank you. My friend, brother. We are not taking...
All right. That's Samuel right there. You know, AB, the Liberia story is a dry door story. But we'll continue to talk the story, to tell the story because it's a dry door story. Before the door can get dry, we'll be finding something to do. But let me tell you tonight again. Thank God for this 21st century technology. All of us, not some of us, all of us, including those of you that disagree with us and those of us that disagree with you too. Whatever we say today, maybe you can go later and delete it, but you're going to be there. Years later, you can go back to that video and get it. Those of you that feel just we took his personal money and purchase those pickups, go back to George Weah's speech. It's on YouTube. You don't need to go on the Executive Mansion website. It is on YouTube. It is on Facebook. Go back there. You will get it there. But before I make my last statement for tonight, I want to read Article 61 because I want to make specific reference to something. And if we don't take time as a country, it's going to haunt us. Maybe already start haunting us. The next thing we're going to see President George Weah removed from power by the very military he's trying to protect. We're going to see that. That's not our prayer, but we're not too far from it. Guinea get military rule. Sierra Leone, for the most part, they elected a guy, but that man is a soldier. And we don't have good friendship with Guinea right now. We don't have good friendship with Sierra Leone. So who coming to us? That Ghana? Nigeria get their own trouble. Mali get military. So we the only democratic country in that terrain, Mano River Basin. So far, Ivory Coast and Liberia right there. We ain't praying for that. But what we did yesterday that caused our trouble, we're still doing it today. So that's a possibility. Whether you agree or not, that's the truth. But let me read Article 61. Again, Liberian Constitution, 1986. Let me show you so you can see it. Under Article 61, the president shall be immune from any suits, actions, or proceedings, judicial or otherwise, and from arrest, detention, or other action on account of any act done by him. Anyway, we have heard before, by him or her, while president of Liberia, pursuant to any provision of this constitution or any other laws of the republic. The president shall not, however, be immune from prosecution upon removal from office for the commission of any criminal act done while president. We're coming for Joe out. That's all I want to tell you. My people, they think, yeah, when you hold a rope, like brown people say so, the rope can hold a bush. Our constitution says 3 groups of people. People who are lawmakers, they have a privilege from being arrested, doing, session, going, and from. Okay? The same constitution says the judiciary officials appointed, the opinions that they made in chamber, anything they talk there, in line with the duties of their job, must not be questioned and they should not be prosecuted for it. Okay? The same constitution that gave immunity to the presidency while they are president, whatever the president said to people in government, take that order, especially the defense ministry. The defense minister cannot say no to that. You're talking about 50-page document, 100-page document. I don't really have time for that document. In the first place, Samukai did not take his own money. Samukai did not just go to take that money to spend it on himself. The money, the way the president did it, the former president, I call it D-ho cover-ho. Because since the war, our budget had never been enough to take care of our business, to pay our bills as a government. So the president said this is a golden opportunity, I'm reading her mind now, for the AFL to form part of United Nations peacekeeping mission for the first time. Since we ain't got money because we didn't plan for it, take their pension money. If you want to call it 401k, it's up to you. But I call it pension money. Let use it, let them go. Because when the people go to that peacekeeping mission in Mali, they will pay them a little more money to bring back to Liberia for their family, and that will get infused into our economy. I think that was a good decision. Samukai go about taking that money and use it for the very army that you're trying to convey to us Liberians that you're trying to protect. But there was a national security risk. Why couldn't you just pay all the money? Or why you could not arrest Samukai and he co-defended that time and place them behind bars so the money can fly and can't enter the bank for us, central bank? Why? So we're not talking about the Supreme Court decision. We are talking about Samukai should not even be dragged to court for using AFL money on the very AFL to go to peacekeeping mission. That's my point. People that told Samukai to court, they did it because of political reason, and Judge Weah and his justice ministry have decided to prosecute Samukai, not because he did anything wrong, because the president told him to do so. I'm not discussing the court opinion. I'm not even discussing the conversation about that. But the idea that you should prosecute somebody who was asked by their boss, commander-in-chief, to do what they did, it is undemocratic. It is not legal. That's one. The second thing is, the gentleman that called earlier, I must have made good job. But everything we're saying here, everything happening in Liberia, it happened yesterday. And that is why we are where we are. But let me tell you something. The children of Nimba County didn't do anything wrong for Samukai. They did not create themselves to come from Nimba County where Thomas Kempa came from, so they took trouble. Everyone that look and talk like someone that came from Nimba County was being chased and slaughtered. That's what led us to where we are. When Charles Taylor came to power, he called the other folks dissident and made Prince Johnson, and not Prince Johnson, Roosevelt Johnson, to run away from Camp Johnson Road. We got what we got. So if you start to use legal institution to prosecute your political opponents just in the name of rule of law, that's not rule of law. That's not what democracy calls for. And those of us that live in this country, the law is blind. The way the people do their things here, many are all here. The other people were here yesterday, including Judge Weir. DUR is DUR. It's not just for poor people. You can be elected official, you can be whosoever. When police may pull you out, they pull you over. That's not what we're doing in Liberia. You cannot prosecute Kabina Jana because he did his job in Jimba, in the chambers of the Supreme Court. He goes to ECOWAS court. ECOWAS says he's right. You come and tell us through your Justice Ministry, Solicitor General, you're not going to uphold the reading of ECOWAS. When you get in trouble, you're going to call on ECOWAS to come and help you? Hell no. You are not prosecuting Samukai because he took order from his former boss. Who's going to be next? I will cleverly tell you Joshua going to be next. We're going to prosecute Joshua. We're going to prosecute him after power under Article 62.
Thank you.
So, my people, you can have whatever problem you want to have with us. I personally stand on the side of justice. But the justice should be justice. It should be straightforward. Not to some men, but to all people. Not to some women, but to all people. Or justice for all people. You can't treat one man different, you treat the other man different, you treat the other woman different, you treat the other woman different because they come from Southeast. The people that come from Lofa County, because they didn't vote for you, then we take trouble. Try it. Try it. Yes, Liberian people say Bamboo with Devacola. Try it. Liberian people raise money in the country here. Liberian people raise their $5 here to support whoever they believe in during the war. We can do it again. I'm saying it on camera. If you think I'm angry, I am angry. Based on your definition. Because we cannot continue to do what we did yesterday. That got our country to be where it is. And we stay doing it. And people are just supporting that kind of behavior. We are now in the business of that. What happened to Paul must happen to John. I want to say thank you plenty for joining us tonight. And thank you to those who are not on right now, but we come later. Liberia must go forward. And in order for Liberia to go forward, that leadership by example must come from the top, not from the bottom. The Liberian people have always been the victims. We are still the victims of bad leadership by our leaders, past and current. Thank you very much. It'll be back to you.
You know, for me, the breeze that can disgrace the rooster, it can always come from behind. The breeze that can disgrace the rooster, it can come from behind. Josh Manawia, if he is not careful, the same thing, Mali is not far, Guinea is not far, Burkina Faso is not far. The same thing that this Ghana did, if we is not careful, that's the same thing that will happen. What must we do? I want to say thank you for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.